Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Y'all, it's been
awesome week.
It's been too long that we have not talked to our single friends.
This is true.
You know, like it's been a lot going on. We see y'all, and this video is for you.
No, we're getting closer to holiday season. You know, in the holiday season, you know that
the holiday season.
The hot chocolates come out.
Yeah, they do.
And the coffees, and we just want to get snuggly. That's true.
I met you in the fall.
That's true. Fall.
When the leaves were falling.
Yeah, people trying to hunker down.
They do. And you know, you start thinking, you start feeling that pressure.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
like
family gatherings coming up.
Family gatherings.
Everybody, everybody's gonna ask you the question. Yes. You ain't got no boyfriend yet. You ain't got no girlfriend yet. Your parents might be trying to ask you, you know, pressure you to get married.
Yeah.
And get it together so they got some grandkids. You know,
the questions are rolling in.
Yep.
Frederick and I, you know, if you know our story, you don't. We did not meet till I was 30 and you were 27,
yep.
I guess.
27.
And I guess I know exactly how old you were. And so I had gone through all my 20s with these questions, and it started.
Every gathering, eh?
Every Christmas, I imagine singing a Mariah song to my lover.
The All I Want for Christmas Is You?
All I Want for Christmas. Any of Mariah. And it never happened. And then sometimes, some Christmases, I would just like make up somebody.
Wait, first, you'd make up someone to bring to your gathering?
No.
You'd make up a relationship? Just so they stop asking questions?
I would just like talk about a guy maybe I had a crush on, and then my family would like overdo it.
Yeah, and
so
you never
like,
even had a conversation with the guy?
Barely.
Wow. That's some extreme stuff right there.
It just kind of got like it, you know, it was fun to like kind of imagine. You know, as girls, we like to imagine.
Yeah. You're just trying to deflect. You're trying to deflect any kind of questions that they may have, and just to get ahead of it.
Yeah, but then as life, that was probably like when I was around 25, and then as life went on, I was just like, y'all, I'm waiting for God's best. Leave me alone.
Boom.
And that's just like hear what we just felt for the last couple of weeks that somebody out there needed to hear. That you don't need to get cozy and compromise.
No, don't cozy and compromise.
You don't need to get cozy with someone that you know.
Deep down. Deep down.
You know. He or she.
Ain't it.
Ain't it.
Ain't it.
They ain't it.
Ain't the one.
They ain't it. And it's like you're struggling with it because you probably like think your time is running out, or your eggs are drying up.
All your friends just getting married one by one, and you going to the reception, or you always in the bridal party, and you're that one they're always trying to throw the bouquet to so you can catch it.
The bouquet
too so you can catch it. You know, people just go. Your friends try to, your friends always trying to help you out.
Did you feel that? Did you feel pressured?
Oh yeah, everybody's always trying to throw me the bouquet.
But wow, okay, you are my bouquet.
For me, when I got over like 23, when I hit 23, I started feeling that pressure from
Which
people.
Is so crazy.
And that's so young though.
Frederick desired marriage. Like, obviously I always want to get married, but you were like ready.
Yeah.
At that age.
23, I was ready to settle down.
I wasn't.
Hang up my jersey, throw up my jersey in the Raptors, and just settle down and find my special person. Because I was ready. I was starting to even think like that. I was starting to read books. I was surrounding myself. God kept bringing these guys into my life that were married, man. And they were telling me about marriage and give you their little tips. You know, everybody got their little tips. You know, back in my day, you know. But God kept bringing these people in me and preparing me for marriage. And in that time, I feel like it's so easy to compromise when you don't see it happening in your timeline. When it doesn't happen when you want it to happen, or no guy's
Trust
texting
God,
you.
Not lean on your own understanding.
No guy or girl might be texting you at this moment, and you just laying down Netflixing and chilling by yourself. And that's tough, especially in the holiday season, because you see all the movies with someone's going to the cabin and finding their true love, or someone's going all the Hallmark movies that you see with the cheesy rom-coms out there, and as a single person, it's tough.
So were you watching these movies?
No, I was not watching these movies, but that doesn't mean that I still didn't feel it. Still didn't feel that in that time.
Yeah, you wanted to be in a cabin.
I wanted to be in the cabin. and
With hot cocoa.
hot cocoa, or you just want to share the holidays. Holiday season just makes you want to
Yeah.
share it with others.
Was there a season in your life that you compromised?
My compromising happened more so before I was fully walking with the Lord. I mean, before I committed my life to the Lord and say, I'm doing this in my adult post-college era. I was out there. I was out there doing stuff I know I shouldn't have been doing. I was out there. In the sheets?
No, in the sheets and the streets. Yes, you were.
Yes, I was. But when I committed, like post-college, once I said, I'm doing this, and I started volunteering in church and all that stuff, I just made it a point, like, I'm not going to do that. Now, I compromise. The way the furthest I compromise is more so talking to girls that I knew I shouldn't have been talking to. You know, that I knew they wanted the good goods, but I wasn't giving them the good goods.
Wait,
but
so
it was
they
like
just
more
wanted your good goods and
they
you
wanted
didn't
my
want
good
their
goods.
good goods?
No, I mean, I knew, I could tell that it was
Really?
going to get to that point. No, you always want it,
were
but
into
I was
the-
committed not to try to go there, though. I had a point, and I was not going past that point. And there'll be a lot of relationships where I knew weren't
Which is-
wholesome,
Yes.
that they would want you to go to that point of no return. And a couple times it came almost close to that point. I had to run out there like Joseph. Leave Potiphar alone. You don't know that story. Just read somewhere in the Bible.
Somewhere in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
No, it's in Genesis.
But did you compromise? I was so I am not going to go this far, and that's when I learned not to string people along. Because I was playing
Because
with
you
their
were a good
emotions too.
guy.
'Cause I'm a good guy, and I didn't want to go there.
Ladies,
And if
there
they
are
wanted to
guys
go
out
there, I didn't want to
there.
go there, and I made it clear. And when they try to take there or badger me about that, then I had to end it.
Badger.
Badger
Ladies out
me
there
about it. I had to end
badgering
it.
these
I had to
men.
end it. But where do you compromise?
Well, I mean, literally, I have a whole season of compromising. You can talk about my college years.
Yeah,
You
I
can
mean,
talk
post.
about my early 20s.
I meant when you
Okay.
decided you're gonna start. Did you compromise when you started saying you're gonna live
Absolutely.
for it?
Okay.
Go.
These single years, and we are so passionate about this topic because it doesn't feel that long ago.
Yeah.
Frederick and I have only been married for 6 years. And we've been together
Six
for probably 8.
Yeah. 2.5
But
years
before
before
that,
we got
I
married.
spent all majority of my 20s just getting closer to Jesus, and in that I felt like God literally was blocking the men.
Yeah.
You know, I
do
left
that,
a
too.
very unhealthy relationship that always was trying to pull me back. Ladies,
Yeah.
you know that one.
Yeah.
Always, and sometimes I took the bait, but I kept on pressing forward. And finally, I was like in a season, probably 3 years before I met Frederick, that I was like all in. I was like, God, I will wait till I am 50 because I know the type of man you have promised me. One, I knew myself way better because I spent many of those single years getting to know me,
Yeah.
building my confidence in Christ, and in that, spending more time with the Lord. I was able to see myself first in a different way and
Yeah.
not compromise and not disrespect my body and not believe that there was someone who he was giving me a vision of. And so, but the devil is a liar, and he will put in your thoughts that you're getting too old.
Yep.
You better get out there. You better get out in the dating apps.
Yep.
You better do something. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying if God is telling you to be still, but you're feeling this like pressure, like you're not doing enough.
Yep.
I don't know if that's from the Lord, because for me it wasn't. And I remember a season when I was, 28. And I was just like, God, give me a boyfriend. Give me a boyfriend, Lord. And I was at a work event and I connected with this guy right away. You know, I'm a believer in Jesus.
Yeah.
He was not. He was a professed atheist.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, Lord.
You're feeling lonely. You're feeling lonely.
And for 3 months I carried it on, and I'm like, the whole time, like, just cringing inside.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, this is so wrong. You're leading this person on. Like, it just was a disaster.
Yeah. I feel like even in those single moments, when you're single and you're trying to live a life where you're not compromising and waiting, I feel like one, you mentioned it earlier, the enemy likes to send those traps your way.
Yes.
You'll send that girl or guy that's attractive from that looks attractive, that obviously appeals to your senses your way, and not knowing that that's not the person for you, right?
Yeah.
That person doesn't have the characteristics, the moral standards, the type
way
of things
you-
you like that you're looking
Yeah.
for in your future spouse. And he'll send that send that your way to try to create kind of like a little
Confusion.
detour or
Yeah.
confusion or maybe a little pitfall for you to just fall into. And I feel like it's easy as when you're single in those moments when you just want to be in relationship or booed up to like compromise your sense of standards, your sense of values and morals, just to have somebody,
Yeah.
just to feel, because maybe you haven't been in a relationship with someone so long, to just have someone that's
Yes.
just
Well, that's what I.
wants to
Yes.
be with you or say things to you or someone to talk to in that kind of way.
Yeah, that's what I literally was feeling right now. Like, there's somebody out there that has actually never even had a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you are glamorizing and envisioning something that almost is unrealistic. And even that can be a trap
Yeah.
because you think being in a relationship will jumpstart your life, fix your life,
Yeah.
give you purpose, give you meaning. But the only one who can give you meaning is Jesus.
Yeah.
And until you are so confident in yourself and your walk and your purpose, and believe me, you're not going to get all figured out because when I met Patrick, like, I was still a hot mess. But, yeah.
And still a hot mess.
Still
a hot mess. I'm a hot mess too. We all hot messes.
But what I'm saying, oh man, what just happened? What I'm saying is I remember in my later 20s really just kind of doing that, like fantasizing and dreaming,
Yeah.
like
glamorizing.
and it's going to be like this and this. And even when you probably meet the person, it's like you meet someone who's
Yeah.
great, but it's like not this rock
Not all it's cracked up to be.
fireworks. Like, you are two broken humans who are coming together in your brokenness, and you pray that you're your most healed self when
Yeah.
you meet, but there will still be healing to be done when you do meet.
'Cause it's a journey.
Because it's a journey.
Yeah.
But the point literally is that compromise can look different for everybody. It could be sexually you're compromising. It could be, I know, like, I can't wait to have a guy who speaks,
Says nice things to me.
even nice
Yeah,
things.
nice compliments
And the
or-
guy
yeah.
is a total jerk.
Yeah.
And puts you down, but you're like, you know what? This
But
is like
he just said I liked your shirt.
Oh gosh.
But you never even heard that, so that
Yeah,
in
you're
itself
like,
is like,
wooed.
whoa, that's like you tell me so much
Any
good things.
attention.
And, yeah.
You need to be reminded that you are not in a desperate season.
Exactly.
A waiting season is not a desperate season. It's actually a great set apart season. And there's nothing like it. And the thing is, we're all waiting for something.
Absolutely.
We are all waiting on God's promises, and the waiting can be hard, but God says that we are enlarged in the waiting.
Yeah.
Our inner life is literally refined.
Yeah,
in
and I
the
think
waiting.
even in the waiting, and I just love this example so much, and I think of something just as simplistic as a seed, right? You plant a seed in the ground, and every seed is different. Every seed takes a different amount of time to start germinating, and there's time involved. Some seeds might take 5 days to break through the ground where you actually see some tangible product coming out, and other seeds might stay dormant for like a year. But the beauty of a seed is that you don't see all that's happening in there. And I feel like that's your singleness, right? When you're single,
Exactly.
you have such a great opportunity to like work on yourself, work on you, work on who God's calling you to be. And you don't want to miss those moments. I know it's tough to hear that as a single person, that you feel like, I've been working on myself. I've been doing all this. Where you at? Where's she at?
Exactly.
But there's still things that you can do, and there is joy in singleness. Like, that's such a great time that you can use to, you can travel, you can do so many other things, you can learn a hobby. There's just so much things you can do as you're
Yes.
single that, not saying you can't do that when you're in a relationship, but it's
No,
great,
you can't.
it's a great opportunity for you to like discover who you are,
Well,
and discover
yes.
yourself, and discover who you want to be as best as you can. And when I was single, I was trying to work on becoming the best version of me I could be for my wife.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted
And
to be
you
the
also
best
had to
guy and husband I could be
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah, you had to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Our son Zane, he's 4, and we have to tell him times that he's going to do something,
Yeah.
but he gets so fixated on the time. So yesterday I was
yeah.
you know, we're going to have your tablet time. You can use the tablet while your sister naps at 1 o'clock. So he pulled up his little lawn chair to the microwave clock
Yep.
and sat there and watched the clock. And I said, Zane, you could be doing a lot of
Yep.
other things right now.
Missing
it is
moments.
going to happen. You are going to get your tablet
Yep.
time, but you could be creative. We could play together. And he goes, no, I'm just going to sit here and watch.
And do nothing.
And do nothing. And it literally made me think of this conversation we
Yeah.
were going to have today, which is how much in anything in life, if we're waiting for something, do we just sit here and physically wait, or we don't go on with our life because it's now causing sadness and
Yeah.
discouragement, and we're like, oh, I
Yeah.
can't get out there. I
And a
can't
lot
do
of times we
anything.
just stay stuck and not do anything or
Yeah.
advance forward because we're making that thing that we're waiting on an idol.
Ah!
We're making that like the
Well, on
supreme,
that note, I gotta go pick up our
ultimate,
kids.
supreme, ultimate thing. And if we get it, then I've arrived. If we get it, I know my life can start. And that's the thing that we want so bad and hold it. That's the only thing we can focus on, only thing we can think of, and it starts to consume your life.
That's true.
The thing that you don't have, and you forget all the things that you do have, and the life that you do have, you're not living it as much as you should.
Yeah, and we could go on and on
Yeah.
because I have personally been there.
We all have.
And we all have been there, and you are not alone if
Yeah.
you are there right now. And this is just a video to encourage you, really live your life today, not when you think something or someone is going to come along, it's going to get better. These are your best days. This is your day to be your creative best and enjoy and live on purpose with God. And that's just really what
That's
we're
it.
here to tell you. And
Yeah.
now I'm going to go pick up our
So,
kids.
hope y'all enjoyed this video. We gotta go pick up our kids.
So we will see you
We'll
in
see
the
y'all.
next video. Comment below. Just anything.
Anything y'all like
Okay,
to
guys.
know. Or comment below, let us know what you'd like us to talk about in our next video.
Yeah,
If there's
that'd
anything
be
you want us
awesome.
to talk about.
Okay.
All right,
We'll
guys.
see you later.
Bye.
What was this? I don't know. But it just feels right for today.